Hello, this is Monica Kemper, and for the next hour, I'll be reading from the August 14th issue of the Westside News on the Niagara Frontier Radio Reading Service. Margaret A. McGrath Charitable Foundation Scholarships. The Margaret A. McGrath Charitable Foundation awarded 10 scholarships totaling $77,000 to local students for the 2026 through 2027 academic school year. The foundation has provided $1,286,000 in scholarships for over 125 students in the towns of Sweden and Hamlin since its inception in 2004. The foundation offers two types of scholarships to residents of towns of Sweden and Hamlin. The Philip and Margaret Dollard Business Scholarship is awarded to those majoring in business, and the Marie Dollard McGrath Elementary Education Scholarship is awarded to those majoring in elementary education. Scholarships are for undergraduate and graduate degrees. This year's recipients of the Philip and Margaret Dollard Business Scholarship are Haneen Amira, Hamlin, SUNY Brockport; Daniel Daly, Sweden, Miami University of Ohio; Helena de la Cruz, Hamlin, University at Buffalo; Brennan Holepearl, Hamlin, Sacred Heart University; Nathan Parker, Sweden, St. Vincent College; Gregory Reitmeyer, Sweden, Genesee Community College. The recipients of the Marie Dollard McGrath Elementary Education Scholarship are Reagan Horschel, Sweden, SUNY Binghamton; Jenna Rivera, Sweden, Roberts Wesleyan University; Alexander Stoker, Sweden, SUNY Geneseo; Kiera Wilson, Sweden, SUNY Brockport. Qualifying 2027 graduate high school seniors and current college students should submit applications for the 2027-2028 academic year by March 1st, 2027. For further information, contact Richard J. Dollard, Executive Director and Trustee at 585-637-7170 or visit www.margaretmcgrathfoundation.org. Orleans County Tourism invites photo submissions for use in 2027 marketing materials. Orleans County Tourism has opened its annual call for photo submissions, encouraging the community and visitors to share their favorite images of the county. Selected photographs may be featured in the organization's 2027 marketing materials, including the travel guide, calendar, fishing calendar, social media, and other promotional campaigns. Submitted photographs must be taken within Orleans County and highlight a tourism-focused subject, such as the Erie Canal, Lake Ontario, museums and historic sites, outdoor recreation, natural scenery, annual events, or other attractions. Images should capture the destinations, experiences, and landscapes that showcase what makes Orleans County a fun and memorable place to visit. Images selected for use will receive appropriate credit. Those chosen to represent a month in the 2027 calendar or featured on the travel guide cover will also receive an Orleans County Tourism swag bag. Individuals whose images appear in the calendar will receive 5 complimentary copies. Entries must be submitted by November 1st, 2026 via email or mail. The official rules and entry forms can be downloaded from https://tinyurl.com/mr36azr6. For questions, contact Orleans County Tourism at 585-589-3100 or email info@orleanscountytourism.com. Town of Ogden and Ogden Farmers Library partner for School Supply Drive. Donations support local students as they begin the new school year. The Town of Ogden and the Ogden Farmers Library partnered throughout the month of July and into early August to host a school supply drive, collecting classroom essentials for local students as they prepare for the upcoming school year. The drive concluded on August 7th. As the school year approaches, many families face the challenge of purchasing the supplies their children need to be successful in the classroom, said Town Supervisor Mike Zale. This school supply drive was an opportunity for our community to come together, help ease that burden, and ensure local students begin the school year prepared and ready to learn. The community responded with tremendous generosity throughout the collection effort. The donation box at Town Hall was filled with school supplies, while additional donations were collected at the Ogden Farmers Library. Contributions included composition notebooks, pencils, crayons, highlighters, glue sticks, erasers, tissues, Play-Doh, Ziploc bags, and many other classroom essentials for students in pre-K through 5th grade. We're incredibly pleased with how the community has responded, said John Cohen, director of the Ogden Farmers Library. The library strives to be a place where people come together not only to learn, but also to support one another. Seeing so many people donate school supplies is a wonderful reminder that even small acts of kindness can make a meaningful difference. This community never fails to demonstrate its kindness and generosity, Zale added. Seeing our donation box filled to the top was a wonderful reminder of how much our residents care about supporting one another. I also want to thank the Ogden Farmers Library for partnering with us on this initiative and helping make it such a success. Together, we were able to help ensure local students have the tools they need for a successful school year. All donated supplies will benefit local students, helping them begin the new school year equipped with the materials they need to learn, grow, and succeed in the classroom. Stay tuned for information about the town's next community donation drive this fall. National Grid hosts live line demonstration in Brockport. To enhance the public safety awareness and preparedness, National Grid brought its live line demonstration trailer to Brockport Fire District Station 5 on August 11th to demonstrate the dangers posed by live electricity wires, including downed wires and electrical contacts during weather events and emergencies. The Live Line demonstration trailer is a mobile training unit designed to provide hands-on electrical safety training for first responders, including firefighters, police, and EMTs. Attendees saw examples of the powerful energy produced during emergency situations and gained an understanding of risks associated with such circumstances during storms. These include what happens when a tree hits a wire, when a downed wire hits a fence, and when the ground water is electrified. There was also a demonstration on how to safely connect a generator. Downed power lines and wires create danger for anyone who approaches. National Grid says you should always assume power lines are live, even if they aren't sparking or humming. If you see a downed wire, keep a distance at least 30 feet and call 911 to report it. Downed trees could have wires caught in them, and wood can conduct electricity when wet. Avoid coming in contact with branches or trees if they have fallen. If you are unsure if a wire caught in a tree is an electric wire, contact your power company. Water is a natural conductor of electricity, and a downward line in a puddle or a flooded area can electrify it, creating a deadly hazard. Even non-conducting materials like cloth or wood can conduct electricity when wet. Also, never touch a person in contact with a downed wire because human bodies can conduct electricity, which means the electricity will be passed on to you. Safety should be your first priority when you see a downed wire. Call 911 to report it immediately and keep yourself and others away from the scene. Ogden launches online building permit application system. The Town of Ogden Building Department is making it easier and more convenient for residents of both the Town of Ogden and the Village of Spencerport to apply for building permits with its new online permitting system, which launched on August 12, 2026. Residents can use the town's new City Squared online portal to apply for building permits, monitor the status of their applications, receive updates throughout the review process, and be notified when permits have been issued. The new system will further enhance the building department services currently shared by the town and village through a cost-effective intermunicipal agreement. The online permitting system can be accessed through the town's website at ogdennewyork.gov by selecting Forms and Permits under the Building Department section. Residents may also visit the City Squared portal directly and search for Town of Ogden, New York to register and submit permit applications. First-time users will be asked to create an account using their personal email address before submitting an application. Once submitted, applications will be reviewed by the Town of Ogden Building Department, with applicants able to track their progress and receive updates through the online portal. This new online permitting system is another step toward providing more convenient and efficient services for our residents, said Ogden Town Supervisor Mike Zale. I want to thank our building department for taking the initiative to implement this new tool. It will simplify the application process, improve communication throughout the review, and make the permitting process easier for both residents and town staff. At this time, permit fees must still be paid by mail or in person. The town anticipates adding online payment capabilities soon to further streamline the process. Residents with questions about the new online permitting system are encouraged to contact the Town of Ogden Building Department at 585-617-6195. Jubilee Christian Church to host 5th Annual Community Family Fun and Resource Day. Join the fun on Saturday, August 22nd. Jubilee Christian Church will host its 5th Annual Community Family Fun and Resource Day on Saturday, August 22nd from 12 to 3 p.m. The free community event is designed to bring families together while connecting residents with helpful community resources, local organizations, and area businesses in a fun and welcoming environment. The afternoon will feature live music by The Redeemed, along with a variety of free activities for children and families, including face painting, games, music, raffles, popcorn, and cotton candy. Families will also have an opportunity to connect with Monroe County agencies and local businesses and learn about resources available in the community. As part of the event's community outreach, free children's backpacks will be available while supplies last. Attendees are also encouraged to bring a donation for the Community Hygiene Bank, helping provide essential personal hygiene items to individuals and families who may be in need. This event is about more than having fun, organizers said. It's an opportunity for churches, community organizations, businesses, and families to come together, build relationships, share resources, and serve our neighbors. Admission is free, and everyone in the community is invited to attend. Jubilee Christian Church is located at 3565 Lake Road, North Brockport. For information, call 585-637-5830 or visit jubileechristianchurch.org. You are listening to a reading of articles and features from the Westside News on the Niagara Frontier Radio Reading Service. Equality Weekend at Women's Rights and HP. Women's Equality Day, celebrated annually on August 26, commemorates the passage of the 19th Amendment in 1920, which granted many, but not all, American women the right to vote. Join Women's Rights National Historic Park for a special theme weekend exploring the concept of equality and its enduring relevance to the historic sites and stories preserved by the park. When the Declaration of Sentiments boldly proclaimed that all men and women are created equal and called for equal rights, including the vote, this revolutionary moment in Seneca Falls launched a national movement for women's rights. Throughout the weekend, visitors can participate in engaging ranger programs, family activities, a special performance by the Terrace String Quartet in the Wesleyan Chapel on Friday afternoon, and open hours at the McClintock House in nearby Waterloo. Explore the meaning of equality in the context of the 1848 Women's Rights Convention and how its ideas continue to shape conversations about justice, opportunity, and civil rights today. All programs are free and open to the public. Women's Rights National Historic Park, 136 Fall Street, Seneca Falls, will be open Friday, August 21st through Sunday, August 23rd, with special activities taking place in the Visitor Center, historic Wesleyan Chapel, and the McClintock House. For the complete schedule of events, visit https://wori.nps.gov/special-events.htm. All Paws on Deck, Western New York Twin Valley Cluster All-Breed Dog Show returns to Hamlin August 28th through 30th. Dog lovers are invited to attend the All Paws on Deck Western New York Twin Valley Cluster 2026 All-Breed Dog Show on August 28th, 29th, and 30th at Hamlin Fireman's Field, 1503 Lake Road, Route 19, Hamlin. This event will run daily from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. and is open to the public. Hosted by the Genesee Valley Kennel Club, GVKC, and the Tonawanda Valley Kennel Club, TVKC, the weekend features a variety of competitions, demonstrations, and family-friendly activities. The Genesee Valley Kennel Club has been active in Monroe County since 1914 and became an officially sanctioned American Kennel Club, AKC, club in 1936. The Tonawanda Valley Kennel Club held its first sanctioned match in 1939. The event is expected to draw exhibitors from across the region and beyond, showcasing dozens of breeds in sporting, hound, working, terrier, toy, non-sporting, and herding groups. The shows serve as an opportunity for dogs to earn AKC championship points while giving the public a chance to learn more about various breeds and responsible dog ownership. This year's event will support the Veterans Outreach Center of Rochester's Vets with Pets Food Pantry Drive. Pet food donations will be accepted throughout all 3 days of the show. Representatives from the Veterans Outreach Center will be available on Friday to provide information about the program. Highlights of the weekend include AKC National Owner Handled Series competition on Saturday and Sunday, 4 and under 6 months puppy competition on Saturday and Sunday featuring young dogs making their show ring debut, Meet the Breeds on Saturday during the lunch hour under the Ring 1 tent. Coloring pages and crayons will be available for children. Best Junior Handler in Cluster competition on Sunday during the lunch hour at the Ring 1 tent. Bred by Exhibitor competitions and special drawings on Saturday and Sunday. All judging will take place outdoors. Several specialty clubs will also hold events during the weekend, including the Upstate New York Boxer Club, the German Shepherd Dog Club of Rochester, and the Irish Wolfhound Association of Lake Erie, Incorporated. Additional attractions include raffle baskets, vendor booths, and food concessions hosted by the Hamlin Fire Department. There will be a Texas barbecue takeout dinner on Saturday at 4:30 p.m. Dinner tickets are $15, with a dollar discount available for those who donate pet food to the Veterans Outreach Center's pantry drive. A variety of vendors will be on site throughout the weekend, including Crazy Heart Canine, and Netson's ice cream truck is scheduled to appear on Friday. For the safety of all participants and dogs, only dogs entered in the shows and authorized service animals will be permitted on the grounds. Parking is $5 per day, cash only. For more information and the complete event schedule, visit www.genesee-valley-kc.org. Get ready to explore Hilton's Apple Trail. Inaugural event supports local businesses. The Village of Hilton is excited to announce the inaugural Explore Hilton's Apple Trail, a new community event designed to encourage residents and visitors to discover everything its local businesses have to offer. Mark your calendars for Saturday, September 26, 2026, from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. for this free, family-friendly event that will take participants throughout the village as they visit participating businesses and collect paper apples. Each apple collected will serve as an entry into prize raffles that will be awarded at the conclusion of the event. The Apple Trail is a fun way to explore Hilton, support local businesses, and discover new shops, services, restaurants, and special promotions throughout the village. Participating businesses may also offer event day sales, discounts, giveaways, or other unique experiences for visitors. Village of Hilton businesses can now sign up to participate at no cost. Businesses located within the village are encouraged to register and take advantage of this opportunity to showcase their products and services to both new and existing customers. Registration is open through Friday, August 28, 2026. To register, please email Mayor Fowler at afowler@hiltonny.gov. Whether you're a resident looking for a fun afternoon activity or a visitor wanting to experience the charm of Hilton, the Explore Hilton's Apple Trail promises to be an exciting way to celebrate Hilton's vibrant local business community. Save the date and stay tuned for additional details, including participating businesses and prize information as the event approaches. Learn Braille and become a volunteer. Spencerport Line Braille Services is offering Braille transcription classes at the Gates Spencerport Ambulance Building, 116 Lyell Avenue in Spencerport. Classes begin Thursday, September 17, 2026, and meet weekly on Thursday mornings at 9 a.m. through May 27th. Participants will begin by learning dot formations and forming words on a Perkins Brailler. They will then move to a Windows-based computer program that uses only 6 keys on the keyboard. Students receive instructional materials, and use of a Brailler and Braille paper. Expect about 2 hours of homework per day while working toward Library of Congress transcriber certification. After certification, Braillists work from home transcribing requested reading materials. Ongoing support and encouragement are provided at weekly meetings where Braillists come together to proofread each other's work. To learn more or register for the class, call Mary Ann Knapp at 585-613-5956. Opinion and comments. A parent's plea for accountability when a league ban affects the child more than the parent. I never expected that showing up for my child would eventually result in me being permanently banned from his baseball league. For an entire season, I was there. I attended my son's games and practices, supported him, and did what I believed any parent should do. I showed up for my child. Then, following an incident at the end of a game, I received an email informing me that I had been permanently banned from Chile Youth Baseball, CYB. The email stated that the decision was based on my alleged conduct, a board member's account of the incident, and a Monroe County Sheriff's Office police report. I understand that youth sports organizations have a responsibility to maintain a safe and respectful environment. I also understand that boards sometimes have difficult decisions to make when they believe a parent has crossed a line. What I am struggling to understand is what happens when a parent has questions about that decision and the organization does not answer them. On July 24th, I submitted a written request to CYB asking for the information and records relating to my ban. I asked what specific rule or policy I had violated, what evidence the board relied upon, whether a formal vote was taken, whether meeting minutes existed, and what appeal or review process was available. I subsequently asked what avenue was available to me to have the decision reviewed. I was told by the league president in a text message that the leagues are privately run, so there was nobody above him and one other person. That statement has left me with more questions than answers. I'm not asking that a youth baseball organization be subjected to unnecessary scrutiny every time it makes a disciplinary decision. I'm asking a much simpler question. Who holds an organization accountable when a permanent decision is made about a parent and there appears to be no meaningful avenue to question it? My concern goes beyond my own ability to attend baseball games. My son was affected too. Because I was permanently banned, neither my son nor I attended his end-of-year ceremony. He was supposed to have the opportunity to receive his trophy and celebrate the season he worked hard for with his teammates and coaches. Instead, his trophy will be mailed to him. For a child who spent the season playing baseball, practicing, competing, and looking forward to that final celebration, missing that moment was heartbreaking. He was hurt. I was hurt. And that is what makes this situation so difficult for me to simply walk away from. This isn't about whether a parent should be held accountable when they genuinely violate a league's rules. If I did something wrong, I should be able to know specifically what I did, what rule I violated, what evidence was considered, and why a permanent ban was determined to be appropriate. What I am asking for is transparency, an opportunity to understand the decision, and a fair process. I have now reached out to the appropriate Parks and Recreation Director for guidance because I do not believe that asking reasonable questions about a permanent ban should be treated as an attack on the organization. This is not about winning an argument with a baseball league. It is about making sure that when an organization has the authority to exclude a parent from their child's youth sports community, there is also a meaningful process for their accountability. Youth sports are supposed to create memories for children. My son should remember the season for the games he played, the teammates he made, the practices, the excitement, the pride of receiving his trophy. Instead, one of the memories he will carry is that he wasn't there to receive it. I showed up for my child all season. Now, I am simply asking the people who made this decision to show up for their responsibility to explain it. Jennifer Hovey, Churchville. You are listening to a reading of articles and features from the Westside News on the Niagara Frontier Radio Reading Service. Get Out and Grow, Tomato Woes by Christina Gabalski. I hope you are enjoying a delightful tomato harvest, but if you are not, it is not surprising. Tomatoes are a very popular garden crop for good reasons, but they do face many challenges from disease, insects, and environmental conditions. One reason is that tomatoes are native to tropical areas in South America and require some extra care to thrive in our climate. Tomatoes are part of the nightshade family, which includes peppers, tomatoes, eggplants, and even petunias. According to the University of Illinois, recent research in genetics indicates the cherry-sized tomato originated in Ecuador about 80,000 years ago without any domestication by humans. After being cultivated there, it is believed that the cherry-sized fruits spread north toward Mesoamerica, perhaps via humans, perhaps via birds or other natural routes, and after many years of survival as a weedy, semi-domesticated plant, the tomato's fruit reverted back to the smaller wild tomatoes of South America. It was these plants that were then domesticated into our modern tomato in Mexico and Central America around 7,000 years ago. The tomato was introduced to Europe by explorers in the 16th and 17th centuries, but because plant propagators were familiar with the toxicity of the nightshade family, the fruits were slow to catch on. Fast forward to today, and tomato is the most popular garden vegetable in the U.S. It is cultivated all over the world in places where the growing season is long enough. As you work to grow the perfect tomato, remember the long history of this juicy nightshade and understand there will be challenges with this non-native. Environmental issues that can impact your tomatoes include blossom end rot, which is the result of calcium deficiency, not a disease. Even if you have sufficient calcium in your soil, the plants may have difficulty taking it up. The condition can be aggravated by drought, root damage, or excess nitrogen. Uneven watering can also make this condition more severe. Tomatoes are pretty picky about watering. To combat blossom end rot, maintain a frequent, regular watering schedule that does not allow the plants to dry out. You can also amend your soil with calcium-based fertilizer. Tomatoes can suffer from flower drop, as they are sensitive to temperatures below 50 degrees Fahrenheit and above 85 degrees Fahrenheit. Improved weather conditions can help with this issue. Back to watering issues. Cracks in tomatoes are often the result of uneven watering. Again, try to keep the soil evenly moist. Some varieties are also more prone to cracking than others. Early blight and late blight strike fear in the hearts of gardeners. These two plant diseases can be prevented by fungicides, which are applied before the plants are affected. If you have had issues with early and late blight, you might want to apply fungicide according to package directions beginning early in the season. Watering, again, is an issue in regard to these diseases. Water splashing from open soil onto leaves either during watering or rain can spread the disease. Water at the ground level. Use mulch and prune the lowest branches of your tomato plants. Dark, concentric ring spots that cover the lower leaves and stems are a sign of early blight. Late blight is characterized by water-soaked patches and lesions on stems, foliage, and fruit. The leaves and stems will look blackened. Finally, if insects are munching on leaves and fruit, the likely culprits are either tomato hornworms, which can totally defoliate plants, remove them by hand, or slugs. Keep your tomato patch well weeded to help control these insects. Hand pick from plants or try diatomaceous earth sprinkled around plants to create a barrier. Lakeview Community Church holding annual August Challenge. Lakeview Community Church supports the Greece Ecumenical Food Shelf, GEFS, every month. However, August is a special month because of their August Challenge. The goal this year is to collect 2,000 boxes or pouches of rice and pasta mixes. Ways to participate. Bring donations to Lakeview Church each Sunday morning or come to the church on Saturday, August 29th between 9 a.m. and 1 p.m. for a drive-up and drop-off. For those who find shopping difficult, organizers will do the shopping to turn cash or check donations into rice and pasta mixes. Checks should be made payable to Lakeview Community Church with August Challenge on the memo line. Those out of the area who would like to help may mail a check to the church at 30 Long Pond Road, Rochester, New York, 14612. Have Amazon ship donations of rice and pasta mixes directly to the church. Shipping should be free for Prime members. Those who are interested may also check the websites of local stores, Wegmans, Tops, Aldi's, and Walmart for their delivery policies and arrange delivery. Lakeview is a small church that is determined to do big things in its community to help neighbors in need. All are invited to help the church reach its goal of 2,000 boxes or pouches of rice and pasta mixes. For information about the August Challenge, call 585-317-3733. Find out how much was collected in a future edition of this newspaper. Public invited to share observations of double-crested cormorants. Online tool will assist in tracking bird population and impacts. New York Sea Grant, a collaborative program of Cornell University and the State University of New York, is inviting the public to document the presence, activities, and impacts of double-crested cormorants. Double-crested cormorants are a native fish-eating, federally protected migratory bird species. New York Sea Grant partnered with Wayne County GIS to develop an online reporting tool at https://nycgrant.org/cormorant for the public to upload photos and report observations of double-crested cormorant numbers, nesting, and feeding activities. The survey includes options for logging the bird's impact on natural habitat, water quality, infrastructure, and recreational usage. The survey developers strongly encourage users to submit photos to show the bird's activity and impact. Although originating in Wayne County, the nycgrant.org/cormorant survey is designed for use by the public across New York's Great Lakes region and statewide. The site includes a link to an observation viewer to see updates in real time and serves as a resource for New York State, American, Canadian, and other environmental, wildlife, and fisheries resource managers. New York Sea Grant Associate Director Catherine Bunting Howarth said, "This new reporting tool responds to local leaders' interest in having a way for community members to report, track, and share with resource managers information about double-crested cormorant activity statewide." Double-crested cormorants use the Great Lakes region for breeding, with nesting colonies ranging from a few dozen birds to more than 1,000 pairs. Their droppings can destroy the trees and vegetation below their nests. The bird's wide-ranging diet of fish is a cause of concern for the recreational fishing industry. Double-crested cormorants were identified as a serious issue by New York's charter fishing industry during industry meetings held by New York Sea Grant along New York's Great Lakes St. Lawrence River shoreline. In meetings in Oak Orchard, Irondequoit, Oswego, Henderson, and Alexandria Bay, charter captains expressed concerns about increasing populations of double-crested cormorants and interest in seeing more research on the birds and their predation of fish, particularly after stocking, said New York Sea Grant Great Lakes Fisheries and Ecosystem Health Specialist Stacy Burgle. Double-crested cormorants, their nests, and eggs are all federally protected under the Migratory Bird Treaty Act, updated by the U.S. Congress in 1972. New York Sea Grant is one of 34 university-based programs under the National Sea Grant College Program of the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. New York Sea Grant's statewide network integrates research, education, and extension services focused on coastal community economic vitality, environmental sustainability, and citizen awareness and understanding about New York's Great Lakes and marine resources. For more information, visit www.nycgrant.org. You are listening to a reading of articles and features from the Westside News on the Niagara Frontier Radio Reading Service. Home Office Essentials. The global COVID-19 pandemic opened people's eyes to many things. One of the more lasting impressions was how the traditional workplace environment was not as essential as people once thought. Millions of people pivoted to remote working during the pandemic, and a significant percentage of those individuals continue to work from home. Remote work is now common in many industries. According to an Upwork study, 22% of the American workforce will be remote by 2025. The Pew Research Center says around 22 million employed adults aged 18 and over in the United States work from home all the time, which is equal to about 14% of all employed adults. Statistics Canada said 18.7% of Canadian workers worked mostly from home in May 2024. Homeowners are increasingly outfitting their homes with spaces that can accommodate working from home. Maximizing a home office with essentials comes down to some key components: superior PC or laptop. Chances are that it will be nearly impossible to get any work done without a computer. Most people have devices at home, but it's best to check with employers to see which kind of specifications would be needed in a machine to run the types of applications that keep the businesses functioning. An older laptop or PC might need to be upgraded to a newer, more powerful model. Reliable internet connection. Connectivity is vital when working from home. Remote workers must be accessible via email, and many companies rely on messaging applications or VoIP, Voice over Internet Protocol, telephone systems. Those who have been considering an upgrade to bandwidth and internet speed may want to take the plunge if they expect high volume data uploads and downloads and constant connectivity. Experts advise a minimum of 100 Mbps download speed and 10 Mbps upload speed as a good starting point for remote work. Ergonomic desk and chair. Remote workers can outfit a home office with furniture that's customized to their needs, rather than what would just be provided in a traditional office setting. One item to consider is a convertible desk, which can be raised or lowered to accommodate sitting or standing at a workstation. No home office is complete without a comfortable chair. Choose a chair with lumbar support and adjustability. Laptop stand. A laptop stand can help a person avoid a condition called tech neck, which the Mayo Clinic describes as being caused from poor posture while using technology. Instead of looking down at the laptop, the stand will raise the device to a proper eye level. Use a wireless keyboard and mouse to make it even more comfortable and convenient. Noise canceling headphones. Many times, a home office is tucked into whatever nook in the house is available. That may mean it is adjacent to a living room or the kitchen in the midst of the hustle and bustle. Things can get noisy, and a pair of quality noise-canceling headphones can help mitigate ambient sounds. Remote work continues to gain steam, and home offices need to meet the demands of working from home. BLTs with pimento cheese. Yield 4 servings. 1/2 cup light pimento cheese spread. 8 1-ounce slices whole wheat bread. 12 reduced fat bacon slices cooked. 4 green leaf lettuce leaves. 12 1/4 inch thick slices tomato. 1/4 teaspoon freshly ground black pepper. 1. Spread 1 tablespoon pimento cheese over each bread slice. 2. Top each of 4 bread slices with 3 bacon slices, 1 lettuce leaf, and 3 tomato slices. Sprinkle with pepper. Cover with remaining 4 bread slices. Cut sandwiches in half. Secure with wooden picks. Serve with a mixed fruit salad. Make the most of your local library. Get or renew your library card. The first step to making the most of a local library is to sign up for or renew your library card. Each member of the family, including children, can get their own card, which affords access to books on site and often additional texts and offerings the library can request from other branches. Love local? We do too. Join our team as a freelance writer. Help us create stories of local people, events, history, and more. Get paid to share your community stories. If interested, send writing samples to susiew@featuremedia.com. Share your local stories. We're looking for real stories about real people. Acts of kindness, neighbors helping neighbors, local heroes, students, teachers, volunteers, families, and moments that made you stop and smile. Big or small, if it shows the heart of our community, we want to hear it. Photos are always appreciated. Email your story or idea to editor@westsidenewsnewyork.com. Here is a tip. Sign out of all accounts when you are using someone else's computer. I can't tell you how often I have used the computers at the library and went to sign into my webmail only to find that the previous user's email comes up. Navigating away from a page usually doesn't work. Closing the browser sometimes doesn't work, but logging off always works. The same for shopping sites like Amazon. If you don't log off, because these sites use cookies to remember you, someone could potentially use your account. ML in Florida. Strange But True by Lucy Winborn. Shortly before auditioning for the part of Stanley Kowalski in Tennessee Williams' A Streetcar Named Desire at the playwright's rented cottage, Marlon Brando repaired a clogged toilet and a blown light fuse for him. No government is perfect. One of the chief virtues of democracy, however, is that its defects are always visible and under democratic processes can be pointed out and corrected. Harry S. Truman, 1947. Funeral pre-planning with a pro eases anxiety. Establish a payment plan. A funeral home staff member can go over the various ways to fund funeral expenses and may work out a payment schedule to spread out the expense over a period of time. He or she also may explain how funeral prearrangement can be a way to spend down assets in a way that protects those monies from look-back periods when determining eligibility for certain assisted living or nursing facilities, should that be required in the future. Thought for the day. Let not a man guard his dignity, but let his dignity guard him. Ralph Waldo Emerson. Strange But True by Lucy Winborn. In 1820, Missouri imposed a $1 bachelor tax on unmarried men ages 21 through 50. The short-lived law was designed to encourage marriage, population growth, and family establishment in the new state. Tips to manage time more efficiently. Identify tasks that can be tackled at night. A hectic start to a morning can set a bad precedent for the rest of the day. With that in mind, adults can identify tasks they can perform at night to ensure mornings are less hectic. Lay out clothes the night before to save the trouble of finding an outfit in the morning. Prepare the family's lunches and even breakfast the night before so mornings can go more smoothly. Did you know? Children need physical activity as part of their overall health regimen. How much physical activity a child needs varies with age. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention says children between the ages of 3 and 5 should be active throughout the day to ensure proper growth and development. This can be achieved by being physically active during play. Children and adolescents between the ages of 6 and 17 need to be active for at least 60 minutes each day, with that activity being moderate to vigorous in nature. The activities enjoyed should include a variety of aerobic muscle strengthening and bone strengthening exercises. How to decide between a deck or pavers in an outdoor remodel. Determine your budget. Budget is a notable variable with any home renovation project, and the addition of an outdoor living space is no exception. The materials homeowners choose will ultimately determine the cost of each project. For example, composite decking materials tend to cost significantly more than wood decks, but that higher price tag also comes with less maintenance and typically a longer lifespan. Pavers may prove less expensive than composite decking, but those cost savings may be neglectable if a yard requires extensive excavation to prepare an area for a new patio. It requires patience, but gathering estimates of the various materials can serve as a good starting point when planning an outdoor living space. In addition, homeowners must recognize that material costs can fluctuate considerably over time, as such prices are often contingent on a range of variables, including supply chain issues. So it's best to gather estimates in a short period of time to make the most accurate price comparisons. A reason to build a retaining wall. Prevent sinkholes. By helping to manage water runoff, retaining walls can reduce the risk of sinkholes, according to Slayton Brothers Incorporated, a retaining wall service provider. Sinkholes occur when enough water pools beneath the surface of the ground to weaken it to the point of not being capable of supporting the ground's surface weight. Drought can complicate landscape irrigation. Explore hydrozoning. Homeowners can get in the habit of grouping plants with similar water requirements in the same area, known as hydrozoning. This reduces the blanket irrigation technique that has high water need plants like lawns being watered on the same schedule as drought-tolerant shrubs. Colorado State University notes segregating these zones can make it easy to direct a limited water supply exactly where it's needed. How to prepare for a lengthy renovation project. Get a rough estimate from contractors so that you can budget accordingly. A project will go nowhere without proper funding. Get detailed estimates that include labor and building materials. Then start saving and stash money away for the project so you're not caught off guard later on. Want a better community? Invest in the one you have. Shop local to support your local community. More money spent locally means more revenue, more jobs, more tax dollars, which means fewer vacant properties and better upkeep of existing properties, better programs for your community, and all this adds up to a better community. 10 good reasons why. 1. Your tax bill. Part of every dollar spent locally goes to pay local taxes. 2. Employment. Jobs are created for you, your family, friends, and neighbors. 3. Quality. Products purchased locally are backed by the reputation of the merchants. Follow-up service is handled personally. 4. Save money. Save time, save gas. 5. Variety. If you can't find what you want, they'll order it or tell you where to find it. 6. Selection. You actually determine what goods and services are available in your area by creating a demand. 7. Economical development. That dollar you spend locally does the work of $5. It recirculates 5 times. Spent elsewhere, it's gone forever. 8. Community interest. Local merchants support local organizations, schools, and churches. 9. Personal service. Local merchants offer their time and advice to help you. 10. Concern. When you shop locally, you know you're contributing to the betterment of your hometown. You've been listening to a reading of articles and features from the August 14th issue of the Westside News. Your reader has been Monica Kemper. Thank you for listening.